What's going on, everybody? It's the Crypto Wonder, your host of the Crypto Wonder podcast. Hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. So, I gotta, it's something I observed that I think is worth talking about. Something I observed recently, you know, with Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, the community. Look, you talking about Pulse Chain, Pulse X? You talking about Hex? It is what it is, man. Pulse Chain didn't come out yet. Pulse X didn't come out yet. We're one day closer to those, products coming out. One day closer to the next Hex all-time high. It is what it is. Let's get it. I was listening to a person talk, and I don't like giving whatever. The point about this whole thing is, some people say that, these maximalists in Hex, they look at Hex as a religion and Richard Hart as a God, right? I could see why that a person would come to that conclusion, right? Because when people look for answers, they look for a way out, they look for guidance, and somebody like Richard comes along, they find him, and he's brought so much positive aspects to their lives, right? Creating free books, Hex. It's changed their life forever. If they didn't believe in anything else, they're definitely going to believe in him. Absolutely. I get it. But my thing is not even about the whole, like the maximalist thing. It's not even about that. Because even though I talk about Hex, Pulse Chain, and Pulse X, like, I'm not a maxi. I've been in crypto for years. I'm not a maxi. Like, whatever it is, whatever. Who cares? The religion thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna give you two examples of how people could create issues or a problem. How fights can begin, right? I'm gonna give you a reason. One example. Like, if you go holler at another man's wife or their significant other, that could be a problem for you. That could be a problem. Instant beef, instant war, for sure. No questions asked. You go approach another man's partner, yeah. Vice versa, all that, pronouns, all that. You do that, you're inviting a problem to your door, instantly, on the spot. Another example of how drama can start, or fights. Have a talk about religion and opposing views. Oh, there you go. You could start a war. Because not everyone is going to subscribe and believe in every religious ideology that exists. Period. Right? When we talk about crypto, oh my goodness, peer-to-peer, peer-to-peer. Does it say religious peer to another religious person? Does it say someone who's, atheist to another atheist, agnostic to another agnostic, spiritual to another spirit? No, it's peer-to-peer. So that, for me, tends to imply, oh, anyone and everyone could get involved with this. It's universal. There's no boundaries. It's permissionless. But then people try to infuse their religious jargon and rhetoric with crypto. And when I think about that, automatically you're creating something of a divisive nature. You're separating people when you do that. I have never, ever understood that. Because everyone does not subscribe and will not subscribe to what your faith-based system is, irrespective of what it is. So why talk about it unless you have an agenda? You know what I mean? Unless this is what you want to create is contention, right? You want to start a beef. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense to me. This is why, like, real talk, be careful what you listen to. Be careful who you listen to. It's very, very, very important. Because after a while, repetition becomes something that becomes like second nature. When you repeat something over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it becomes a part of who you are. You find yourself doing things that you've been repeating over and over and over again like it's nothing, like you don't even think about it anymore because it's become second nature. Belief systems, things that you hear or whatever, just words, not belief systems, but things that you hear over and over and over again. Tell yourself 1,000,000 times that you are successful. You are going to be successful because you feel it. You don't even believe it anymore. You know that you're going to be successful. Tell yourself 1,000,000 times based on a religious tenet that someone else is an enemy. You will believe that. Someone else is an enemy because they don't subscribe to what you believe in. You will believe that and become that. I don't think it belongs in crypto, but that's me. I don't think the religious dogma, ideology, please, because if it's going to be that divisive, and you're going to alienate, well, where's the spirit of decentralization? People always talk about decentralization. Where is it? Where is it? When folks have nothing to do, they look at one little thing and whatever they got going on for themselves and try to impose their will to control the minds and influence what another person's think because they have nothing better to do or simply because they just have an agenda. It's real talk. I talk about Hex, I talk about Pulse, I talk about Pulse Chain because it is what it is. Basically because Hex has made a lot of people money and I like the way the system works. And I like the way that the founder is creating new products to expand the Hex ecosystem. That's it. And how it could help everybody because it's affordable, it's afforded for everyone. Regardless of who you are, regardless of your nationality, regardless of your creed, regardless of your orientation, socioeconomic status, rich or poor, black, white, Chinese, brown, Asian, purple, alien, extraterrestrial, doesn't matter. Latin American, Spanish, who cares? Whatever. But wait. When you introduce the religion, you don't think people are going to be offended? Because again, everybody doesn't subscribe to your... Right. I look at the logo for Hex. Very, very interesting logo. And then I introduced it to somebody and they were like, yo, that joint looks zesty. And I looked at him like, I put my head down. Said, don't think about the colors, man. Look at this. Look at the chart, bro. Look at the chart. Forget about the colors. What are we talking about? What are we doing? was like, yo, that joint looks zesty, man. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the magenta game is, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, listen, it is what it is, man. Because, like, for me, it's for everybody. People love the logo. I'm, I use the logo. Yeah, I understand the logo. I understand I use it for, creating content video. I don't care. Look, the logo is not printing T-shirts. I mean, printing Hex. The T-shirts. The T-shirts are what matters when it comes to the Hex product. But folks look at that thing and they told me this. Regular people outside of this whole thing, like if you're caught in the whole, mindset and you narrow view of certain things, there's a world outside here who knows nothing about Hex. More people do not know about Hex than those who do. We know this. This is just a fact. This is just a fact that can be captured on the blockchain. If there were 1 billion users in crypto, and especially with Hex, it would be reflected on the blockchain. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. Maybe 100,000 users. Maybe. Versus 7 billion. But when I'm told this, they're like, yo, this looks sketchy, bro. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, it's not sketchy. Do the research here. And and you know what? I threw my hands up. I'm like, the founder loves the logo. I don't care. I'm not in Hex for the logo. I'm in it to make this bread. I'm in it for the mad gains. Prepared for the pain to get those gains. Prepared to teach people how to get on it. Get on this train right here, because it's about to leave you. You're about to get left. I don't care about how zesty this thing look that you call zesty. I'm like, yo, you really, yeah. And then, because it looked the way it looked. And then they did some research and showed me one clip of, him dancing on the boat with the pink shorts. It is what it is, man. Don't focus on that. Focus on what the chart has done. Focus on what this blockchain, this Hex product has. I don't care about what you showed me. The colorful Louis bag and all that. Hey. The one with the lights, glitter and all. Hey, who cares, man? Think about the man's mind. I don't care about who he is. I don't care about like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't judge a person from what you see on the surface. Who cares? Judge them by their deeds, the character, like what he's brought to the world. But folks are stuck on something else, man. Is everyone really welcomed? Like, for real. When I look at some of these streams, I'm like, yo, is everyone really welcome in the Hex community? Everyone. Everyone, all walks of life. Nationality, creed, orientation, whatever. Everything. Is everybody really welcome? Gender, whatever. Oh, because it's just still niche. It's a niche space and it's still very young. There's a lot of growing that needs to be done. But I don't really see everybody represented. I don't. Not like that. There's a good old boys club feel to it that's happening. It is. Good old boys club feel. I don't get the sense of like inclusion, like everybody want to talk all that on board, but when you talk you introduce some kind of religious ideology to certain things, you alienating, you dividing people, you isolating people off the top, off the rip. Like, what's that about? What's that about? I get it. Never mind that you look at certain things and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, dude, oh, okay. Yeah, dude, Some nice, vivid designs and things, and colorful and bright, and okay. Very interesting. Thinking about the money. I don't care if it was some type of otherworldly entity that created this thing. Yo, this is helping feed my family and me and everybody in the community who's involved with it. Let's get it. Let's get to it, like the kids say. Let's get straight to it. Straight to the bag, like for real. For real. All this fake, because it's the whole thing of trying to control, trying to gatekeep. A lot of people complain as a whole about being gatekept from whack-ass coin ranking sites. But then you see the gatekeeping happening within the community. There's no need for it. You see gatekeeping happen in the community when folks talk about religion and crypto. Like, how more divisive can you be? When someone who doesn't subscribe to your belief and understanding could possibly be the one person who can bring a fortune into the system. But because you spew whatever rhetoric you want to spew, thinking that you're doing something good and all encompassing, which is not, you just inadvertently shut down opportunities for all of us to win together. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't buy into the secret motives, like the MO, the agenda, stuff like that. I don't like to go into that bag. I don't like to go into the conspiracy tinfoil Reynolds wrap tinfoil bag. I don't like to do that. Sometimes you got to call it how you see it. Sometimes it's just what it is. I don't see how religion is relevant in crypto. That's just like money. Money, we all understand it, regardless of whatever faith we follow or not follow. Seriously. We understand it. So what's the difference with crypto? People, we understand the religion of the almighty dollar. What is it saying? In God we trust. Novus ordo seclorum. E pluribus unum. On the dollar, on that fiat piece of paper that we pour all our faith in, regardless of who we are and what we represent. We all use that joint. Universal level, but with crypto, we try to introduce strange religion. How? And try to tell, you there, your intention, goodwill and, compassion and this and that and all that. Weird, man. It's looking real spooky. It's looking real weird. Real weird. Folks, be careful who you listen to. Because now you got to, more than ever, keep your eyes on the prize. Like, stay focused, people. Stay focused. Like, as far as the information and the news that you get, just stay focused, man. Tune into what the founder has to say. He doesn't go on live streams as much. But that's the ticket. That's the meal. Everyone else is just talking. If you're not part of his inner circle doing the operations and building these networks, these blockchains, these exchanges, and you're developing, if you're not in that fold and you're not, really sharing any updates with the people, don't listen to the noise. If it's not coming from the founder, RH himself, Richie Rich, Everything else is whatever. It's just everybody talking a circle and creating problems, picking and choosing what to talk about, or the next hot topic to fight about, scandal, because everyone loves the drama. It's the scandal of the day, scandal of the week. People clickbait left and right and all this crazy stuff because, they want views and attention and popularity and the likes. Just focus on what really matters for you, man. You wanted to experience those gains? Well, this is part of the process. This dip right here is the pain to help you experience the gains. That's part of the process. That's what happens. Ignore the noise from some of these folks, man. From everybody, including me. You have a plan, right? You have a plan that's working for you? And you tapped in with Richard anytime he goes live or whenever he drops an update, he's on Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. That's it. That's all that should matter to you. If you're really, asking questions, you're wondering and you're learning about this space, this is a growth period, a deep level learning curve for many people. This is the process with crypto. This is what it's about. You got to go through the ups and downs. We have to be reminded. A lot of us who've been in it, we ought to be reminded sometimes, because in hindsight, it's 2020. When we look at the dips that these products have had, how many times we talk about, man, and during those dips, I would have bought more. Now we experiencing the dips and people are crying. They're actually selling. Doing the opposite of what they said they were going to do, possibly. No, this is part of the process. This is what it is. But don't buy into the person's propaganda crazy like that, man. The only thing I like to say is always take care of yourself. Because what's the use in having untold amount of riches if you're not healthy? If you're not healthy enough to even experience and live and enjoy those riches with yourself and your loved ones, what's the use? You got to take care of you. Number one, health is wealth. That's just me. That's my propaganda. Education is powerful. Knowledge, wisdom, the application of knowledge. Taking the time to obtain and collect the information that you need to improve yourself. That's my propaganda. It has nothing to do with religion. Anyone can do that. People, listen, folks, like really, please pay attention to who you listen to and what you listen to and what you ingest. It has an effect on you, because when you hear it over and over and over again, before you know it, it becomes second nature. That's what repetition does. That's what practicing things over and over does. It becomes part of your sight. You don't even believe the thing anymore. You know it becomes, if you tell yourself that you are worthy of greatness, if you say that to yourself every day for a year, you will feel different about yourself a year from now, because you've been empowering yourself to believe that you are worth more than nothing. You are worth absolute greatness. And your life will reflect that. If you do the opposite, your life will reflect that as well. Because why? Repetition is about repetition. It's key. It's a part of programming. But it doesn't mean all programming is bad. It's a training, reconditioning yourself to live, to basically be the best you that you can be for yourself and your lover and your community and whoever, whatever. Because as much as we're going through a lot of craziness in this world and a crazy amount of uncertainty and dread, there's also a flip side to it. There's a great deal of beauty and opportunity for us to experience real joy. So I'll leave you with that. Keep it simple, not complicated, because everything complex started from simple beginnings. That's just a fact. Take care.